Welcome back to Satisfactory. In this episode I'm going to set up the refining that is needed to fuel those fuel generators that you see here. I've built a mere 20 of them because I really don't want to run out of power. And I've built this beautiful concrete platform, the door there. And I've also set up the power lines that are to be necessary for these fuel generators. And with 20 of these, we should add an additional 3,000 megawatts to our power network. So that will hopefully be enough. The wreck under there is going to have this smoke effect. So what we need first and foremost in our little adventure here is to set up a few water extractors. See here. So I'm going to run you through this. That was difficult to find. We need refineries, and these refineries need to do packaged water. And the next in line in our refinery section will be the diluted fuel, and then the next in line will be the unpackaged fuel. But in addition to water for the diluted fuel, we also need refineries that are doing the alternate recipe for heavy oil residue. Now, we are going to need 3.75, so I'm going to clock one of these at 75. The question is, how much water do we need? Because we need 5 diluted fuel, which means we need 5 refineries that make water. And 5 times 6 is 30, so that should be 300, and that's exactly. So, with that said, I think we'll place the water refineries at the corner over here, because I want the heavy oil refineries to be there. We need a little bit of space behind the refineries, but before we do anything, let's place down some fencing here, so that I don't... Oh, that's the wrong way. So that I don't build the fences or build stuff and can't place fences, because I really want fencing on this place. Let's put up a quick lookout tower so that we can do this from above, so that I see that I'm placing it somewhat okay-ish. And for the refinery. So we need 5 of these. I think I will place it 2. I'll place it like that, but I don't need it to be that close. So 1, hold down control, so we get 5 of them. A nice little row here. Whee. And let's set these to make packaged water. Now I also need empty canisters for this specific process. So we have to drive back. The autosaves really take a while now. That's fine though, but it's a bit annoying when it's happening in the middle of something, because especially if I'm doing precision work. But I'm quite impressed with how well the save games Satisfactory are actually compressed, because they are quite tiny. I think the save game for this massive thing that I've built here is like 4 megabytes or something. Can't really complain about when you consider the size of this space. So we need to carefully wend our way underneath here, because that's the only way we can get underneath. Now I think we can go in here, because to get those empty canisters, we're going to need some plastic. We can do that in a constructor. Come on. You. So let's just stop there. Oh, I don't really need you guys to see this, of course, but because this is very mean. Let's put up 2 constructors here. Both are set to make empty canisters. Get them just while we set up the refinery down there. It's also power line. I think we can put the power line there. We can put that there. Here. Straight lines. Just cut those up. That. And this is one of the reasons why I like to keep the main reason is so I can go and pick up things, but this is going to be a temporary... Oh, that's definitely the correct thing. This is going to be a temporary setup. So the belt going there. It's not ideal. I think that is far enough away. Let's see here. Yep, that'll work. Then we need to air poles on 2. Sure that far enough away. I don't think we need anything higher than a conveyor belt Mark II on this, because I think it requires 60 each. Oh, 30 each. So Mark II is actually tad overpowered. But that's okay. 1, 2, 3. I think we need 4 actually. Right here, then we can just take 2 belt there and there. Let's just use Mark II lifts as well. That way it'll fill up very quickly and don't have to worry about having the canisters done when I get back here. Intend to pick them up. As for the output, let's just do a simple merger output here. I don't think I'll bother having any specific height or anything. Actually, I think I will. So then we need to get 3 away. 1, 2, 3. 3. I think it should be on that height. There we go. For the autosave thing that I was talking is a bit distracting. Let's put this in line with... Don't need to make canisters go out automatically. Mark II belt should suffice very well here, as I believe this produces 60 parts per minute. And conveyor lift Mark II, add up to this, and this. Can remove lower mergers. Now we should have canisters filling up in here. Good. So with that done, we fill reinforced iron plates. And I don't know... refineries require motors. Plenty of those. But I might want to pick some up in the Explorer I have hanging around over here. Stop here because I think the Explorer is up there. As you can see, I've removed those coal generators. They are just going to be in the way anyways. And now I have a very clear and direct route to drive down there, so that helps. Let's pick up these motors, and I think we have enough pipes or copper sheets, but I can grab a few of those as well. My main worry is that I might run out of iron rods. I think I'll go back to the base and pick up iron rods, so I will be back shortly. Now, this probably isn't where you expected to see me, but when I was in the main base picking up resources, I noticed that I had certain issues, because I was not receiving steel beams, nor was I receiving the iron rods that come from the steel rods recipe going on here. And the reason for that was because 4 of these need to be connected that way, and they weren't. They were connected this way, so nothing was produced there. So that was a bit of a bummer. But now they're starting up again, so everything should be fine. See you all soon, back in the refinery. So, here we are. Now the first thing we need to do is slightly modify this thing. I don't know if this is the one that I'm using. I really should find out. Let's run and see. This is the lowest one. It's going on the lowest level. Because if it is the one that I'm using, we need to modify that. I don't think it's the one we're using though. Goes up there. Oh crap, it is the one we're using. Okay. I need to modify that before I do anything else. I do this. It's disconnected. I can then do a pipeline from there to there. And we're using the second one instead. Should be the other. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight that thing. You're not fun at all. I believe that's, yeah, that's that one, so that's fine. I haven't even replaced these with the proper conveyors yet. This is going to be crooked no matter what I do, but that's okay. Need stackable pipeline. I want the pipe to go vertically from up there to down there. Good. And I think I want to change all this stuff too. I don't need that one. So let's move this one and build a regular stackable conveyor and one more. Then a stackable pipeline on top of that. And then we need a pipe going in default mode. Really? Okay. Oh well. Let's remove these then. Is this long enough? Yes, that's long. That means we need to remove these. Guess back there. Then this pipe. Remove these. 2, 3. Pipe is too long. Okay, right, sure. Let's just build it there instead then. Come on. There we go, and I should be able to connect that up to there, yes. And then we need to add a few foundations this way. I've noticed that if you stand on top of a pipeline support, or doesn't work up there, but then you get the what's it called? Get the snapping. That's the looking for. That's not a good place at all. Let's try that again. It's also not good. It's better, but it's not good. How about there then? Slightly better, but I think the pipe will be crooked. Oh, that's good enough. Not gonna be that bothered about it. And we need more foundations because we want this to come at the correct place. So then let's just make sure that we get this on the right one. I think we can get it all the way out there. 1, 2, 3, and then stackable pipeline. Thank you. I suspect that that one is too long, so I might need to have a foundation here. I think it's on the very end of the foundation. Is too long, or does that work? Let's have pipe. Come on, pipe on one, thank you. It's too long. Expected as much. Let's just build here as well. Pipe. Pipeline. Pipeline. May just as well just make this an entire thing. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm betting it's using the exact same distance for a pipeline that it is for a conveyor, which is about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to ruin my little walkway slightly, but I have no plans of driving here anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we need to get it up here, and this is going to require a pump. That is beyond question. So I don't think I wanted to go up at all. I think I wanted to go underneath. With that height, can I build a wall? I'm gonna need a tower here. Very much at all. I'm not too sure about that. If I now do a pipeline wall hole, do it there, because it must be there. Or we're going to get a slightly crooked pipe here. It's crooked in more than one way, it would seem. I can live with that. That's fine. It's not an issue. It has a gentle bend, and there is no way I can get a... Well, there is actually one way I can get a wall here. If I do a foundation, and then I also do a wall, then I can get the pipeline hole at the correct location. The question is, where is that? Not out there. No. There's one below. Must be at the middle of that thing, I think. That looks very straight. Good. Now the question is, am I able to get this up at the correct location? And that is a very good question as well. So, yes, there is a limited amount of space underneath here. So I can run it there. That will require me to do a massive re-foundation work all this way, which of course is perfectly fine. Question is how far I can go. I don't know why this ended up here. I'm gonna remove this one as well. Leaves. Okay. first of all, I need to place down another wall. I need to place down 2 walls there. So, wall. Then, where did I put that thing? Was it in the middle of the wall? I think it was in the middle of the wall. One below, okay. This certainly is going to look very interesting. Not that concerned with how the pipe looks under here, so that's going to be fine. Logistics, pipeline wall hole. I need to drag it all the way over here before I know where it's supposed to be. So we need to build a few foundations here. Those are the only ones we can build. Come on. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to have a foundation here. This foundation can only support one of these. I suspect that that is too high. Yes. Let's remove those again. Just make a stack of pipeline support there. That I didn't expect. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to place it here. For what? And a stack of pipeline support there. The pipe all the way. Here comes the logistical challenge. Can I fit a pipe under there? Because if that's going to be visible from above, that's going to look silly. No, it isn't. Okay, so pipeline wall hole. Can place that there. So we can't see the pipe. I know it's in the foundation, but that's fine. Good. Yeah. Can't do that because it's encroaching, others clearance, blah blah blah. Let's place down the pipe. Oh, that's the wrong way. Anyways, it doesn't encroach, which is the important bit here. There we go. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump up. Probably not. To do that here. Ah, come on. There we go. Now I can place down the foundations that we need. Then we need to place some fencing just to be on the safe side. So I don't want that to get in the way. And then we need a few foundations floating out into mid-air. I'm not sure entirely where that's going to be okay. Let's place a few more foundations so I can see. Yep, that's going to be okay. Well, that's the place. This is the location we're going to need a pump, because it's definitely going to be more than 10 meters from the oil well up onto there. There, not there. Also need to have a stackable pipeline support there. Then I think that if I put this in vertical, we should be that. Fascinating. That's made. Oh. Am I allowed to put? Yes, I am. I would not be allowed to put down the fence after I put down the... that's much better. It isn't completely straight, but it's better. So we have to place a pipeline pump. Of course, that's going to be massively inconvenient. But it's not a problem, though. Let's get down another lookout tower out there. And then it's down refineries. And if you're wondering why I'm doing it like that, it is because I want to have them placed down in line with the water refineries. I need 3.75. That should do the trick. These should do the alternate heavy oil residue recipe. This is going to be fun. Okay, so now you get to see me do the pipe work. So what I'm doing is I'm placing the pipe or these stackable conveyors so that they're not connecting. I wouldn't place it there, but there. So it's just outside the refinery itself. I'm doing the same here, like in the middle between those two pointers. Would be this one here, here. Let's just down. Get this stuff. Pipeline supports. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to place down actual pipelines that are supposed to be in vertical mode right now. That. This was a mistake. A very bad mistake, actually. I'll pause the recording while I replace the refineries. There we go. So the main reason for that will become apparent very soon. Need a lookout tower. I need a junction cross. Is that about there? Oh. Let's put the cross on 2. Better. I think I want some fencing here so I don't fall out it. Inconvenient. Quite the trip to get back. There. Measuring by the little line up. See at the right edge of it. I'm putting it so that I can see about that much. That should make. That's not entirely straight. Very pedantic. So one more. That's about as straight as I am willing to bother getting it. Now let's jump up back on this, and this is why I had to move the refineries, because we also need a pipeline junction cross going here. That's def wrong. So again, here we go. Now we have crude oil coming in here. Might not need the pump. Flow rate is actually quite good. But I will place the pump regardless to make sure that I get flow rate into... this is very low with the amount in the pipe here. So these need to be set up again to heavy oil residue. And I don't think I this now any more of them. The same thing here. Need these. Pipes are heavy enough that they support themselves. Also need to connect up power here. And I want to have a power pole here. Same line here, just to make sure that we're on the... it's like a denomination of where the driveway is. Okay, so we can put it there. And we'll have regular power. No, that's not the right place at all. Say, should be there. Upgrade that and remove that. It's there. There. Now this one is going to require water. So we need to place down some water pumps as well. And we need 60. 5, 2, 5. So that's 240 water. That means you can either overclock one or you can build two of them. For efficiency's sake, in terms of power consumption, I'm going to build two of them. So it's slightly me. Just build them. Get them. It. Okay. Could be good enough. And we need to place a foundation here. On that foundation, we'll do about in the middle of it. No. Can't be on the middle. Hopefully it will be fine. I built some fences. That one here. I have no idea if this is going to work. So bear with me as I try this. Stackable pipeline support, stackable pipeline support, pipeline critical mode. That works. Good. Now I wish you could actually get one. Just hook up to that. It would be massively useful. But we can work around that little bit by placing down like so, and pipeline junction across. There, and then we can these again because we need these. Then we connect this, that, with a very, very interesting design. Back to that. And I need a foundation, because we are going to need a pump here, for certain. Sure that you put it the right way. There we go. I think height 2 is going to be fine here. Just a matter of placing down these. And a few stackable pipeline supports. You can see it doesn't really matter if it's in vertical build mode. They'll be straight anyways. And then remove this fence, please. So that I pull down. After a few of those. Good. And that's... I need to get more used to that. Which is also good. Okay, now all we have to do left here is to not fall down, and our very best attempt to get a pipeline across here, so we get a straight line. Pretty perfect. And then it's just a matter of connecting power poles. Now, I didn't expect this to take as long as it has, but at least you have the general idea of how I do this, which is not bad. This really should consider ending the episode very soon, dragging some time. We're already at 43 minutes, so yeah. Shame though, I really wanted this episode to be to show the entire process of building this thing, but it's simply just going to be long. Can't have an episode that for over an hour. This might very well be an hour and a half if I continue. So the wire is too long. I did expect that. It's down power pole there. Want this to be 2 power pole. This now will produce heavy oil residue and polymer resin. The polymer resin, I think I'll take down and probably put into an awesome sink. Not sure if there's room for one down here. Let's check. No, it's going to be encroaching. The wasps are going to be encroaching down here, so that won't work. But I suppose I can build some foundations here. That should suffice. And then it's a matter of making it align properly. Some zinc. That should be okay. Now I believe I'm allowed to place fences the outside of it. Be it the wrong way. Be the wrong way. So that one we don't. Nice to have one way of actually leaving. I can place more fences here later on. Now we need to connect up these power poles. And that one is on the... have a power pole there. Go to save. Also have a power pole. Guess not there, so it must be there. Connect that up. Those are not aligned, so could be this angle, I believe. Connect those. Connect that one. We should have power up there. Now I need to connect those pumps. And of course the water extractors, and I need to go get the these are now producing the products. You power that, please. So we want power pole mark 2 here. Connect up to that. To those 2 water extractors. To the pump. It's a very satisfying sound. Now that's 240 water, which is, as far as I know, not enough. 120, 240, 300. So have to jump down there. You don't really need to hit the water. Good. And we need to put an overclocking in this, so this one produces 180. And that should be what we need currently. I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump up there. I am. Left space here so that I can get in and out. Now I'll just finish this off camera, I think. Might make another episode of it, but I don't think so. We're at almost 50 minutes. What I can do is place down these. Not sure how high I was. Probably like 4, so that our elevator is going out the product. Height level 4 seems to be the sweet spot for not requiring pumps. I put it one more higher, I think I would need pumps. I haven't tested, but this seems to be the ideal height for avoiding bars. Well, it's difficult to see. Doing that very well. See. Okay, so this one is wrong. It's too long. I have to eye it then. Dead. Now I connect that up, so I have my perfect vision as well, because the pipe is filling now. And of course we have the autosave. That's straight. Okay. Fine. Okay, now we can build the refineries that are going to do the packaging on the other side, but it requires water as well. So we need the water to be on height 3, I think. That's coming with belts. Oh, never mind. I wonder if they add, like in Factorio, that the outputs change based, or outputs and inputs change based on whether you have production of one specific product or another. That's a useful feature in Factorio, because it doesn't make sense that I have to bottle the water. We need a container. That container must not, in any circumstance, conflict with that power pole. Because this one is going to get empty canisters from the fuel and packaging and then send them back into the water packaging. So yeah, this is going to be slightly messy. And with the pipe at this level, I cannot use lifts unless I place them very far away. Let's see here. Outside of the power pole should be okay though, but then we run into the problem of that pipe over there. So what I'll do here is that I'll just use regular splitters. Have them on that level. It's not a location I'm going to be walking on very often anyways, so it should be fine. We need to use Mark 3 belts here, I think. 270. No, we actually need to use Mark 4. 60, 120, 240. Yes, Mark 4. I'll just go ahead and jot down Mark 4 belts here. like so, and then these up to one another. Then conveyor pull, please, thank you. Here we go. Now I'll quickly pause the recording while I go fetch a bunch of canisters. Here we are. Just slap all of these in here, and they'll now run out into the refineries, which start making packed water. But the final thing I'll do before I end the episode is get rid of the polymer resin. So I have 4 of these, and one of them is at 75%, which means that I'm producing a little more than 60 per minute, so I have to use conveyor belt Mark II. I don't even know if I want to bother, because I'm not going to be missing iron plate, of course. Left that in the truck. Be right back. Here we go. It's much better. Now I'm going to need some mergers here, and I definitely have to place them so that they don't interfere with... I mean, put them there. I think I can put them there without interfering with the... let's see. Let's try placing... like one. How does this work? Yep, that works. But, of course, it is a good idea to place it so that it actually intercedes with the output, not the middle of the refinery. That'll work. I should have some beautiful polymer resin here. It looks quite pretty. The question is, do I want to send it down there? If I do, I cannot place fence. Can place a fence. But if I do place a fence, then I will not be able to... No. I might... I think I'll do that. Take it down, but not that specific block. So 9 with that one, and a measure. Point it that direction. Hook up the bell. Both of these. This one. Remove this one. And then build the fences. I think I can have a conveyor pull. I don't know. It's going to be too close though. I'd have to build a very bizarre belt here. No, that should work actually. Yep. Then I can do conveyor lift Mark II. Pull this substance down. It's too far. Let's try that again. There. that should be a straight line. Probably don't need it to go like that. Let's build a conveyor pole on the edge. So, and then, is this the right one? No, that would be the right one. Then we need to have a wall here with a wall conveyor. So again, we're going to have a conveyor lift Mark II. That's going to be cute. Here. Pretty straight. So, and then we can go out. Put this here, I think. Yep. Very good. And I think the power connection thing to this is on the back side. Yep, there it is. Let's climb up to the top of it. And connect it. With the autosave, connect it to this. And now it's running. We even have 5 printable coupons. So that's getting rid of the polymer resin. But yes, I will finish this in between episodes, and you will see the magnificent results of it in the next episode. So thank you all so much for joining me in this rather long episode, and I hope that you enjoyed it. As always, feel free to leave any comments and questions in the commentary section, and I will see you all in the next episode.